Hello everyone and welcome to this video on the Python programming language and artificial intelligence or machine learning. So in this video, I will attempt to predict the price of the S&P 500 using AI, which of course is short for artificial intelligence, and a machine learning algorithm called XGBoost. Now I'm currently on Google's website. It's called colab.research.google.com, and I'm on it because it makes it easy to start programming in Python. So if you're going to code along with me, go ahead and go to that website, log in using your Google account, and start writing the code with me. So you're going to want to click on File, then click on New Notebook, where a new tab will open up for you, and then eventually a new cell will open up for you. And now in this cell, I'm going to input a comment. So I'm just going to put here import the libraries, and this will be to import the libraries that we need to use for this program. So I'm going to import pandas as PD. I'm going to import XGBoost as XGB, and this of course will be the machine learning or AI algorithm that we're going to be using for this program. And then I'm going to import matplotlib.pyplot as BLT. So I'm going to go ahead and run this cell by clicking that button to the left, and of course this will let me know if I made any mistakes, and it looks like I am good. So I'm going to create a new cell by clicking that code button in the top left, and I'll also explain a little bit about XGBoost. So XGBoost stands for Extreme Gradient Boosting, and in layman's terms, XGBoost is a machine learning library that helps you build models to predict outcomes. It is used to solve problems in regression, classification, and ranking. XGBoost is an ensemble learning method that combines the predictions of multiple weak models to produce a stronger prediction. All right, also before we begin, if you like the videos on this channel, then be sure to click that subscribe and like button, and to be notified about videos from this channel, hit that bell notification. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. In this cell, I want to load the data set. So I'm going to load the S&P 500 data set. So I'm going to create a variable called data and set it equal to pd.read_csv, and I need it to read in a CSV file. So I'm going to make sure I read in spy.csv, and I need to upload that file. So I'm going to go over here to the left, click that little folder. I'm going to click this upload button, and I'm going to upload my spy.csv file. I get a little warning, but everything's okay. So I'm just going to click OK, and now I should be good. So let's go ahead and show the data. So I'm just going to type data here, and let's run this cell now. And I'm going to exit this to make it a little bit clearer for everyone. All right, and now we can see the data for the S&P 500, and we can see it contains dates from January 29th, 1993, all the way to May 4th, 2023. All right, so it has 7,621 rows of data and 7 columns, which those columns are all up top here. We have the date, the open price, high price, low price, close price, adjusted close price, and the volume. All right, so let's go ahead and create a new cell, and I'm just going to show the data more visually. So I'm going to plot the data, and that's simple enough just by typing data and then put in close price. So we're going to plot the close price from this data set, and then type plot with the left parentheses and right parentheses, and go ahead and run this cell. And now we get a nice little chart showing the close price data visually. Okay, and we can see it has increased over time. All right, so let's go ahead and create a new cell. And now in this cell, we're going to do some processing of the data. So I want to split the data into training and testing data sets. So I'm going to create a variable called train_data, which will contain the training data set. I'm going to set it equal to data.iloc, and I want all of the rows from 0 to 0.99 times the length of our data set. So it's going to contain 99% of the data, and then I want all of the columns. All right, and then I'm going to create the test data set. So I'm going to create a variable called test_data, and I'm going to set it equal to data.iloc, basically the same thing almost. I'm just going to highlight all this, copy using Control C, and then come here and use Control V to paste it. And instead of it being from 0 to this length here, to this number, I want it to be from that length to the rest of the data. So I'm going to put a colon here. All right, and of course we're going to get all of the columns. All right, so this should complete the splitting of the data set. So we are going to train the model on 99% of the data set, which is not usually recommended. So I'm going to create a new cell, but we are going to do it in this case, and we're going to try to create a prediction from training the data on that data set. So hopefully it's a decent model, right? So we can test the accuracy of the model as well. So let's go ahead and define the features that we want to keep and the target variable. So that's going to be the close price in this case. So I'm going to create a variable called features, and I'm going to set it equal to the open price and the volume. So the only features that I'm going to keep from our data set will be the volume and the open price. All right, and then of course I'm going to create a variable called target. I'm going to set it equal to the close price. So the close price will be our target. That's what we're trying to predict. So I'm going to go ahead and run this cell. Let's create a new cell. Okay, so now here I'm going to create and train the model. So I'm going to create the XGBoost model. So I'm going to create a variable called model. I'm going to set it equal to XGB regression or regressor. I believe it's XGB regressor. Okay, because we're going to be using regression here. And then I want to train the model. So that created the model for us. Next, we're going to train it. So that's easy enough just by typing model.fit. So fit is just another name for train. And I'm going to input the train data. And then I want only the features from that data set, and those features being the open price and the volume. And then I want the target. So that's just going to be the close price, or in this case, I could just input target here. All right, and just like that, we have created the model and we've trained it. Well, not necessarily yet without clicking this button here to the left, but now we're training the data set. All right, I'm sorry, we're training the model with the data set. So let's go ahead and create a new cell. And in this cell, I'm going to, let's see here, I will make the prediction. So let's make and show the predictions on the test data. All right, so the test data should be data that this model has never seen before, and we created that test data set earlier when we split the data into a training data set, which of course we trained our model on, and now we're going to test the data on this test data set. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to create a variable called predictions, and I'm going to set it equal to model.predict, and I'm going to input test underscore data, and I want only the features that I created earlier, which of course again is the open price and the volume. And next I'm going to create a little print statement that says model predictions, and then put a little colon there, and then let's actually print the model's predictions. All right, so let's run this. Okay, so these are the predictions for the S&P 500 for this test data set. And let's see what the actual values look like. So I'm just going to put a little comment here, show the actual values. So these will be the actual target values from this test data set. So I'm going to put a little print statement, and I'm going to say actual values colon, and let's print those actual values, which of course will be the test underscore data target. Okay, so let's run this. All right, and now we can see the actual values. So we can see here the model predicted that the price for the S&P 500 here would be $392 and about, I'm just going to round this up to 15 cents, and the actual price was about $300 $98.50. So the model was off by approximately $6, and the model also thought the price would be $399 and about 51 cents here, and the actual price was $397 and about 77 cents. Again, I'm rounding. So the model was off again. It wasn't perfect, but it's pretty close. So let's see just how accurate the model actually was. So here I'm going to type show the model's accuracy. All right, so I'm going to create a variable called accuracy, and I'm going to set it equal to model.score, and we are going to input the test data features and the test data target, and then print the accuracy. So here I'm going to print accuracy. All right. So this should do it, I believe. Okay. So let's go ahead and run this. And we can see that our model is about 70% accurate, which is decent, right? I kind of would expect that from training on 99% of the data, but maybe not. I don't know. So let's go ahead and create a new cell now that we got that accuracy. And I want to plot the predictions and the close price. So I'm just going to type plt.plot, and I'm going to plot the close price. So data close, and I want to give this a label. So I'm going to set the label equal to close price, and then I want to also plot the predictions. So I'm going to put in a value for the x-axis. This will be the index for the test data set. So I'm going to put dot index here, and of course it's for the target, or really it could have been the features as well, I believe. And then I'm going to put in predictions for the y-axis, and then I'm going to give this plot a label. It will be called predictions, and then type plt.legend, and then plt.show, and hopefully this runs and works. So let's go ahead and run this. Okay, so now we can see the close price in blue and the predictions in this orangish light color, and of course the predictions are right here, and we can see that indeed it's pretty close, and this is just 1% of the data set, right, that it's predicting on, but pretty interesting. So that's basically it. Thanks for watching this video, and a special thanks to the Patreon supporters on patreon.com. And if you would like to get the code or the data set or just support the channel, then you can do that on patreon.com/computerscience, and I will leave a link for that in the description below. Also, I should have said this at the very beginning, but the material in this video is purely educational and should not be taken as professional investment advice. Please invest at your own discretion and take these models with a grain of salt. All right, so I just hope you all enjoyed this fun program, and I will see you all in the next video.